Imagine your house. Walk through the front door. Look at the floor. Now, imagine that for the last 10 years, you never took out the trash. Not once. Imagine the piles of old newspapers, the rotting food in the kitchen, the dust covering the windows. The smell is terrible. You cannot move. You cannot breathe. You cannot find anything you need. Now, stop looking at the house. Look inside your head. Your mind is that house. Every worry, every angry comment, every stress you did not process is trash on the floor. You are trying to speak English. You are trying to work. You are trying to be happy, but you are living in a dump. You do not need magic. You do not need to sit on a mountain and chant. You need a broom. You need a system. You need to be a mechanic for your own brain. Today, I am handing you 15 tools. We're going to clean this house. Welcome to Luminary English, where stories light the way to better English. You're not just watching a video, you're stepping into a story. Listen closely, feel every word, and let today be the chapter that changes your English forever. Habit 1. The Morning Gatekeeper. Let us begin with the moment you wake up. The sun comes through the window. Your eyes open. You are warm. Your brain is soft. It is fresh. It is ready for a new day. And what is the very first thing you do? You reach for your phone. You unlock the screen. You open your email. You open social media. And immediately, you open the gate to the enemy. Imagine your mind is a medieval castle. It has high stone walls. It has a heavy wooden gate. Inside the castle, the king, that is you, is sleeping. The king needs to wake up, wash his face, eat his breakfast, and prepare his battle plan for the day. But instead, the guard at the gate falls asleep. He leaves the door wide open. Suddenly, 1,000 screaming people run into your castle. One person is shouting about a war in a country far away. Another person is screaming that you are not rich enough. Your boss runs in and throws a heavy rock at your head. That is a stressful email. A stranger runs in and shows you a picture of their perfect vacation, making you feel jealous and small. This all happens in the first 3 minutes of your day. You have not even brushed your teeth, and your castle is on fire. You have lost the battle before you even put on your pants. This is a mechanical failure. When you wake up, your brain is in a delicate state. It is transitioning from sleep waves to awake waves. If you flood it with information, you trigger a chemical reaction. Your body releases cortisol. That is the stress hormone. Your heart beats faster. Your focus shatters like glass. You spend the rest of the day trying to fix this. You feel anxious, but you do not know why. You feel tired, but you just woke up. It is because you let the enemy in too early. Here is the protocol. It is simple, but it is hard. For the first 30 minutes of your day, the gate stays closed. Do not touch the phone. Buy an alarm clock if you need to. Put the phone in another room. Wake up, drink water, look out the window, stretch your body. Let your brain boot up like a computer in safe mode. Let the king wake up and put on his armor before he faces the crowd. If you win the first 30 minutes, you win the day. Keep the gate closed. Habit 2. The visual diet. Now that you are awake, let us talk about food. If you eat rotten meat, what happens? You get sick, your stomach hurts, you vomit. You have no energy. This is obvious. You would never go to a trash can, pick up a moldy apple, and eat it. You respect your stomach too much for that. But you do not respect your eyes. Your eyes are a mouth. Your brain is a stomach. Everything you look at is food. When you scroll through social media for 2 hours, what are you eating? You are eating drama. You are eating violence. You are eating fake beauty standards. You are eating arguments between strangers who do not care about you. This is junk food. Actually, it is worse than junk food. It is poison. You consume this visual poison, and then you wonder why your mind feels heavy. You wonder why you feel sad or angry. You think, maybe I have depression. No, you have food poisoning. You ate 3 hours of negativity, and now your mental stomach is sick. The mechanic knows that an engine runs on fuel. If you put sand in the fuel tank, the car will not drive. It will cough and die. You must go on a diet. This is not about calories. This is about content. I want you to look at your social media feed today. Look at the accounts you follow. Ask yourself a simple question for each one. Does this make me stronger, or does this make me weak? Danfwam. If an account makes you feel jealous, unfollow. If an account makes you angry, unfollow. If an account shows you violence or fear, unfollow. You need to clean the pantry. You need to throw out the rotten food. Fill your feed with teachers. Fill it with artists. Fill it with people who are building things, not destroying things. When you look at your phone, you should feel inspired, not exhausted. You control the spoon. Stop feeding yourself poison. Habit 3. The paper trash can let us move to the clutter inside your head. Imagine your brain is a dryer. You know, the machine that dries your wet clothes. The clothes are your thoughts. They are spinning around and around. I need to pay the electric bill. Why did my boss look at me like that? I forgot to call my mother. What if I lose my job? I need to buy eggs. Spinning, spinning, spinning. The problem is that you are trying to hold all of these thoughts in your head. You think that if you keep thinking about them, you are solving them, but you are not solving them. You are just making noise. The clothes are not getting dry. They are just getting wrinkled. This creates cognitive load. Your brain has a limit. It is like the RAM in a computer. If you have 50 windows open, the computer slows down, it freezes. You try to speak English, but you cannot find the word. Why? Because your RAM is full of worry about buying eggs and paying bills. You need a trash can. But this trash can is made of paper. This tool is called the brain dump. It is a mechanical process of moving data from one storage device, your brain, to another storage device, the paper. Here is the rule. Every morning, or perhaps every evening, you take a piece of paper and a pen. You sit down. You write down everything that is spinning in the dryer. Do not write a beautiful story. Do not worry about grammar. Just make a list. Buy eggs. Boss was angry. Sad about the news. Knee hurts. Get it all out. Imagine you are vomiting the stress onto the page. When you write a thought down, something magical happens in the biology of the brain. Your brain realizes, oh, this information is safe now. It is on the paper. I do not need to hold it anymore. And suddenly, the spinning stops. The dryer goes silent. You feel a physical lightness in your forehead. The paper is your external hard drive. Use it. Do not carry the weight of the world in your head. Put it on the paper. Then close the notebook. The trash is out. Habit 4. The one-task rule. Now, let us talk about how you work. There is a lie that modern society tells you. The lie is called multitasking. You think you are smart. You think you can do 3 things at once. You are writing an email, listening to a podcast, and eating your lunch. You feel productive. You feel like a busy, important person. Let me tell you a story about a chef. Imagine a chef in a busy restaurant. He puts a steak on the grill. Then he runs to chop onions. Then he runs to stir the soup. Then he answers the phone to take a reservation. He is running back and forth. He is sweating. He looks very busy. But what happens? The steak burns. The soup boils over and spills on the floor. He cuts his finger on the onion. And he forgets the reservation. He did 4 things, and he failed at all of them. Your brain cannot multitask. It is biologically impossible. When you think you are doing 2 things, you are actually task switching. You are jumping back and forth very fast. Switch, 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 switch. Every time you switch, you burn energy. You burn glucose. You create metabolic waste in the brain. This is why you feel exhausted at 2 in the afternoon. You did not work hard. You just switched too much. The mechanic knows that efficiency comes from focus. You must adopt the one-task rule. When you eat, just eat. Taste the food. Do not look at a screen. When you write, just write. Close the other tabs. When you listen to someone, just listen. Do not think about your answer. This requires discipline. Your brain will want to jump. It will crave the stimulation of doing everything at once. You must be the strict teacher. You must say, "No, we're doing this now." Do one thing. Finish it completely. Close the loop. Then, and only then, move to the next thing. Slow down to go fast. Habit 5. The physical reset. We have talked about the inside of your head. Now look at the outside. Look at your room. Look at your desk. Look at your car. Is it clean? Or is it covered in piles of random things? Old coffee cups. Papers you do not need. Clothes on the floor. There is a direct connection between your visual field and your mental state. If your eyes see chaos, your mind feels chaos. It is impossible to have a clear, sharp mind in a dirty room. Imagine you are trying to study English. You sit at your desk, but in the corner of your eye, you see a pile of unpaid bills. To your left, you see a dirty plate. To your right, a tangled ball of cables. Your brain is constantly scanning these threats. It is saying, alert, mess, alert, unfinished work. This takes up processing power. It is a background noise that never stops humming. You cannot think deeply because your environment is screaming at you. The mechanic keeps his shop clean. If a mechanic loses his wrench in a pile of garbage, he cannot fix the engine. You need a physical reset. I am not asking you to spend 5 hours cleaning your whole house today. That is too big. That is overwhelming. I want you to clean one flat surface. Just one. Choose your desk or your kitchen table or your nightstand. Clear everything off. Wipe it down. Make it empty. Make it shine. When you look at that empty, clean space, you will feel a breath of fresh air in your mind. It is a safe zone. Insecqualtus ponifortirstes. It is a place where your eyes can rest. Make this a habit. Every night before you sleep, reset one surface. Return it to 0. When you wake up, that clean space will greet you like a good friend. It invites you to focus. It invites you to be calm. Clean your room, clean your mind. They are the same thing. Habit 6. The no. Muscle. Let us talk about your energy. Imagine your energy as a battery. Like the battery in your phone. You wake up with 100%. Every time you do something, you use a percentage. Going to work, 20%. Exercising, 10%. But there is something that drains your battery faster than anything else. It is saying yes when you want to say no. Your friend asks you to help them move furniture on Saturday. You are tired. You have had a hard week. You need to rest. But you want to be nice. You do not want them to be angry. So you say, "Sure, I will help." Immediately, your battery drops. You feel heavy. You feel resentment. You are angry at yourself, and you are angry at your friend. You spend the whole week dreading Saturday. You are leaking energy. By the time Saturday comes, you are exhausted. You help them, but you are in a bad mood. Nobody wins. This is a leak in your system. You are giving away your fuel to people who are not paying for it. You need to build your no muscle. No is a complete sentence. It is a shield. It protects your time and your mental health. Many of us are afraid of this word. We think it is rude. We think it is selfish. Let me teach you a new definition. Saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. If you say yes to the furniture moving, you are saying no to your rest. You are saying no to your English study. You are saying no to your peace. You cannot please everyone. If you try to make everyone happy, you will make yourself miserable. Start small. This week, find one small thing to decline. Do you want to go to dinner? No, thank you. I need to rest tonight. Can you do this extra work? No, I have a full schedule right now. Feel the fear when you say it. It will feel uncomfortable, but then feel the relief. You saved your battery. You kept your power. Habit 7. The energy vampire removal. Speaking of other people, let us look at your social circle. Emotions are contagious. They spread like a virus. If you are in a room with a person who is laughing and smiling, you will start to smile. It is a biological mirror. But the opposite is also true. Imagine you have a friend. Let us call him Negative Nick. Every time you see Nick, he has a problem. The weather is too hot. The waiter is too slow. His job is terrible. The government is stupid. His back hurts. He talks for an hour, and it is just a river of complaints. You try to cheer him up. You say, "But Nick, look at the sunshine." He says, "It is too bright. It hurts my eyes." When you leave Nick, how do you feel? You feel tired. You feel heavy. You feel like you just ran a marathon carrying a bag of rocks. Nick is an energy vampire. He sucks the life out of you to feed his own negativity. You cannot clean your mind if you keep inviting people who throw trash on your floor. This is a hard lesson for the mechanic. Sometimes a part of the engine is broken and cannot be fixed. It must be replaced. You need to audit your friends. Who are the people that make you feel light? Who are the people that make you feel excited to be alive? Spend more time with them. Who are the people that leave you feeling drained? Who are the people that kill your dreams? You must distance yourself. You do not have to be mean. You do not have to fight them. Just step back. Protect your environment. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 people are trash trucks, you will become a landfill. Choose wisely. Habit 8. The language shift. Now, we go deeper into the mechanics of your thoughts. We are going to look at the specific words you use. Words are not just sounds. Words are code. They are commands that you type into the keyboard of your brain. If you type a command that says, "I am weak," your brain says, "Okay, executing program, weakness." And your body slumps. Your energy drops. There is one specific phrase that is destroying your motivation. I have to. I have to go to work. I have to study English. I have to cook dinner. I have to exercise. Listen to the weight of that phrase. I have to. It sounds like a prison sentence. It implies that you are a slave. You have no choice. You are being forced. When you feel forced, your brain resists. It creates friction. It creates procrastination. I want you to change one word. Change have to get. I get to go to work. This means I have a job. I can earn money. I'm useful. I get to study English. This means I have a brain that learns. I have access to the internet. I am growing. I get to cook dinner. This means I have food. I have a kitchen. I am not hungry. This sounds like a small trick, but it changes the chemistry of your brain. It shifts you from victim to victor. I have to is a burden. I get to is a privilege. Catch yourself today. You will hear yourself complaining. You will say, "Ugh, I have to do the laundry." Stop. Rewind the tape. Say it again. I get to do the laundry. It means I have clothes. Feel the difference. The mechanic uses the right tool for the job. Use the right words for your life. Habit 9. The walking cure. We cannot talk about the mind without talking about the body. Many of you try to solve your mental problems by sitting in a chair and thinking. You are stressed about a problem, so you sit on the sofa. You stare at the wall. You think. You frown. You think harder. This does not work. Stress is a physical state. It is energy trapped in your body. When you were a caveman, stress meant a lion was chasing you. The solution was to run. Today, the lion is an email. But your body still wants to run. If you sit still, that energy gets stuck. It turns into anxiety. It turns into a racing heart. It turns into toxic thoughts. You cannot think your way out of a bad mood. You must move your way out. The tool here is the walking cure. When you feel the fog in your brain, when the trash is piling up, stand up. Put on your shoes. Go outside. Walk. Do not listen to a podcast. Do not call a friend. Just walk. Look at the trees. Look at the sky. Feel your feet on the ground. When you walk, you force your blood to circulate. You push fresh oxygen to the brain. You create a rhythm. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. This rhythm calms the amygdala, the fear center of the brain. After 15 minutes, you will notice a change. The problem that seemed like a mountain now looks like a small hill. The anger you felt starts to evaporate. The mechanic knows that an engine needs to run to stay clean. If a car sits in the garage for a year, the oil gets thick. The battery dies. You are a biological machine. You were built to move. If your mind is stuck, move your body. The mind will follow. Habit 10. The cold shock. Sometimes the computer is completely frozen. You know this feeling. You are in a panic spiral. You are breathing too fast. You are crying. Or you are so angry you want to scream. You cannot think. You cannot walk. You are redlining. The mechanic knows that sometimes you cannot fix the software. You have to pull the plug from the wall. You need a hard reset. The best hard reset for the human body is cold water. It sounds terrible. I know. You like your warm, comfortable shower. But comfort is not the cure for anxiety. Shock is the cure. Here is the science. When cold water hits your skin, your body sends an emergency signal to the brain. It says, "Survival!" Your brain immediately stops thinking about your ex-boyfriend. It stops thinking about your grammar mistakes. It stops thinking about your debt. It focuses 100% on the cold. This activates the mammalian dive reflex. Your heart rate slows down. Your blood rushes to your core. It forces a deep breath. It breaks the loop of anxiety instantly. Here is the protocol. You do not need an ice bath. Take your normal shower. Wash your hair. Enjoy the warm water. But before you get out, turn the handle to cold. Not cool. Cold. Stand under it for 30 seconds. You will gasp. You will want to jump out. Do not jump out. Breathe. Control your breath. 1, 2, 3. After 30 seconds, turn the water off. Step out. You will feel electric. You will feel awake. The fog is gone. The trash is washed away. You are reset. Use this tool when the system is overheating. It is unpleasant, but it works every single time. Habit 11. The 10-minute timer. One of the biggest sources of mental trash is procrastination. The work you are not doing is heavy. Imagine you have to write a report. You do not want to do it, so you put it off. Monday passes. The report is a small rock in your pocket. Tuesday passes. The rock gets bigger. Wednesday passes. Now it is a brick. Thursday passes. Now it is a boulder on your chest. You are not doing the work, but you are carrying the weight of the work. It is exhausting. It clutters your mind with guilt. I should be working. I am lazy. I am bad. The mechanic knows that the hardest part of any job is starting the engine. Once the wheels are turning, momentum takes over. You need the 10-minute timer. This is a trick you play on your own brain. Your brain is afraid of the E, big project. It looks at the report and sees 5 hours of pain, so it runs away. You must negotiate with your brain. Say this: I am not going to write the report. I am just going to work for 10 minutes. That is all. After 10 minutes, if I want to stop, I can stop. Your brain says, okay, 10 minutes is easy. I can do 10 minutes. So you set a timer on your phone, you start. And here is the secret. Once you start, the pain disappears. The fear disappears. You realize it is not that hard. When the timer rings, you will usually keep going. You have broken the surface tension. But even if you stop, you have done something. You chipped away at the rock. You removed the guilt. Action is the only cure for fear. Do not look at the whole mountain. Just look at the first 10 minutes. Habit 12. The forgiveness bill. Now we must touch on something deep. Some of the trash in your mind is very old. It is rotting in the basement. This is the trash of resentment. Someone hurt you. Maybe a teacher said you were stupid. Maybe a friend betrayed you. Maybe a parent did not love you enough. You are holding on to this anger. You are replaying the movie in your head. You are waiting for an apology. You are waiting for them to pay you back for the pain they caused. Imagine you are walking up a mountain, but you are carrying a huge backpack. Inside the backpack are heavy rocks. Each rock is a person you have not forgiven. This rock is my father. This rock is my ex-wife. This rock is my boss. You are sweating. Your back is breaking. You are struggling to climb. And you look at the people who hurt you. Are they carrying the rocks? No. They are dancing. They are happy. They have forgotten about you. You are the only one carrying the weight. Forgiveness is not about them. It is not about saying what they did was okay. It is not about being friends with them. Forgiveness is about putting down the backpack. It is a selfish act. You do it for you. You do it to clean your house. The mechanic treats this like a financial transaction. These people owe you a debt. They stole your happiness, but they are bankrupt. They cannot pay. They will never pay. So you have two choices. You can keep sending them bills for the rest of your life, keeping the account open, keeping the stress alive. Or you can cancel the debt. You can take a stamp and stamp "canceled" on the bill. Say it out loud. I cancel this debt. You owe me nothing. I am free. When you do this, you drop the rock. You walk lighter. Do not let the ghosts of the past live in your house rent-free. Evict them. Habit 13. The curiosity. Switch. Fear is a major pollutant in the mind. What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? Why is this happening? Fear makes your world small. It locks the doors. It pulls down the blinds. But there is an antidote to fear. It is not courage. Courage is hard. The antidote is curiosity. You cannot be afraid and curious at the same time. They are different biological states. Fear says, run away, danger. Curiosity says, come closer. How does this work? Imagine a child in a garden. She sees a strange bug. It looks scary. If she is in fear mode, she screams and runs. If she is in curiosity mode, she leans in. She asks, how many legs does it have? What is it eating? Look at the colors. When she asks questions, the fear vanishes. You can do this with your problems. When you feel anxiety rising, flip the curiosity switch. Instead of saying, oh no, I'm anxious, ask, where do I feel this anxiety? Is it in my chest? Is it in my stomach? What triggered it? That is interesting. Instead of saying, my English is bad, ask, why did I make that mistake? Which verb tense was that? How can I fix it next time? Turn your life into a science experiment. When you become the scientist, you are no longer the victim. You are the observer. The observer is calm. The observer is clean. Replace judgment with questions. Habit 14. The gratitude hunt. We are almost done. We have removed the trash. Now we need to bring in some flowers. Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system. That is a fancy name for a search function. If you decide to buy a red car, suddenly you will see red cars everywhere. They were always there, but now your brain is highlighting them. If you tell your brain, life is hard, your brain will find every example of life being hard. It will find rude people, bad weather, and high prices. It will say, look, I found more proof. You need to reprogram the search function. You need the gratitude hunt. This is not about being fake happy. This is about training your eyes to see the gold in the mud. Here is the habit. Every evening, you must find 3 small, good things that happened today. They must be specific. Do not say, I have a family. That is too vague. Say, the coffee this morning was perfectly hot. The bus driver smiled at me. I learned one new word. You have to hunt for them like a detective. When you start doing this, your brain changes its filter. During the day, your brain will start scanning for good things so it can report them to you later. Oh, look at that sunset. I can use that for the list. Oh, that joke was funny. I will remember that. You literally change what you see in the world. You clean out the cynicism and replace it with appreciation. Habit 15. The nightly shutdown. We have reached the end of the day. The house is clean. The work is done. Now you must close the shop. Many people do not know how to sleep. They lie in bed, but their brain is still running. They have 20 tabs open. They are thinking about tomorrow. They are worrying about yesterday. You need a shutdown ritual. Think about a computer. You do not just pull the plug out of the wall while it is running. You go to the menu, you click Shut Down, you wait for the programs to close, you wait for the screen to go black, then you walk away. You need to do this for your body. Create a sequence, a series of steps that tells your brain, we are done. Step 1, check your calendar for tomorrow. Know what is coming. This stops the worry. Step 2, lay out your clothes for the morning. This is a gift to your future self. Step 3, brush your teeth, wash your face. Step 4, get into bed. Step 5, say the closing command. Say to yourself, shut down complete. Visualize the lights in the factory turning off one by one. The machines stop humming. The janitor locks the door. There is nothing more to do. You cannot fix the world at midnight. Let go. Drift into the dark. Trust that you can handle whatever comes tomorrow. The reflection. I want to speak to you man to man, or man to woman. I did not learn these 15 habits because I am perfect. I learned them because I was broken. Years ago, my mind was a disaster zone. I was anxious all the time. I was addicted to my phone. I said yes to everyone and resented them for it. I carried a backpack full of rocks. I thought that was just my personality. I thought, I'm just a stressed person. This is who I am. I was wrong. I was not a broken person. I was just a bad mechanic. I was trying to drive a car with no oil, flat tires, and a windshield covered in mud. Of course, it was a bumpy ride. When I started applying these tools, slowly, one by one, the noise stopped. The fog cleared. I found a peace that I did not know existed. It was not a miracle. It was maintenance. You are not broken either. You are just messy, and mess can be cleaned. The out row, you have the broom, you have the soap, you have the wrench. I have given you the 15 tools of the mind mechanic. Now, I have a challenge for you. Do not try to do all 15 tomorrow. That is a recipe for failure. Pick one, just one. Maybe it is the Morning Gatekeeper. Maybe it is the walking cure. Maybe it is the visual diet. Pick one and master it this week. Then add another. This is Luminary English. We do not just learn words here. We learn how to live. I want you to subscribe because this story is just beginning. And I want you to comment below. Tell me, which habit are you starting today? Write it down. Make a promise to yourself. A clean mind is not a gift. It is a job. Get to work.